The point of our today's program. I have with me in the studio Dr. Kingsley Ikechukwago, who is the program coordinator for the pilot agrivoltaic initiative in Nigeria, in partnership with researchers at the College of Agriculture, Oregon State University, United States of America. He is also a consulting research fellow in food systems framework and sustainability transition in Africa at the Columbia's Climate School, New York City, United States of America. Of course, he's from Enugu State and has earned academic degrees and professional training in diverse areas. And we are happy to have you today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming today. And we also have Angel, who will be having a discussion on different issues concerning the active citizens' role in the uniting local resources and the skills.
Welcome to the program Hope Alive. Sit tight, relax, let's discuss.
Yes, so relax very well as we go into this, because of course we have a professional trainer in the field and the name of Dr. Agraye. So Dr. let's dive into this. First of all, what we have today has to do with the role of active citizens in uniting local resources, skills, and their voices being amplified in the local area. I understand you're specializing and you guys are bringing so much in agrivoltaics initiatives into Nigeria, but we want to see how even the cooperatives that we are advocating for their involvement in constituency projects, how they are going to benefit. But first, let's look at the role of the active citizens in uniting these resources that we are talking about. Their voice is being amplified. I believe you are an active citizen.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Moderator, the role of active citizens in uniting resources, especially the constituency fund for administration of local projects in Nigeria, is we cannot overemphasize it, because it is the citizens that are most affected by or are affected by the implementation of these projects.
But
so,
it seems like their voices has gone so low, and that's why we are looking at them getting their voices back again, because you need to actually look at it from the perspective of the support, the kind of resources that you think they require for their voices to be heard again, because I think they've lost their voice. Don't you think so?
I agree with you. They have lost their voice, but they can reactivate it with active participation in politics, engagement in trying to find out how these funds are being administered, and the utilization, the proper utilization of the funds, the impact. How has it created impact in the community by setting up a mechanism for monitoring, evaluation, and implementation of that project?
You're talking about the constituency project.
Yes, we are talking about the constituency project because most of the funds that are coming from the federal, from the central government down to the local government, even the local government inclusive, boils down to rural and grassroots administration in agriculture, road rehabilitation, construction work, public health, education, and all other aspects of human life that cut across utility and sustenance. So I believe the society, the members of the society at the rural community should organize themselves to ask questions for transparency, accountability. What are these people doing? How we heard that certain amount of money was released for a particular project. Was it administered? There should be a check. There should be a monitoring. That's a kind of an oversight, not just a conventional oversight, but on ad hoc basis. People who can be constituted from various localities, from the society hierarchies, probably from the local government. You have a contingent of monitoring and the synergy between the local government, the state government, and the federal government to partner with the local communities. Who are the people being having the feelings of this project. So if it is executed in my place, I have something at stake. So I am interested because it is in my state. Okay. It is in my community.
Okay, I'll come back to you right quick. Let me come to Angel. We have been having this conversation every day, but now today we are talking about uniting the local resources and of course the skills that are required and amplifying their voices. Now, Angel, looking at amplifying the voices of the people for it to be heard, one, we see that the people in the local community seems to be docile. In other words, there are no activities. Business interest seems to have died down in the local community. They are all depending on what the government, when it pays them salaries, because most of them in the local communities are either working for the local government or the state government. But we keep asking for the inclusion of the local businesses in the implementation of the constituency projects. Now, my question is, don't you think it is high time, like women like you should actually speak up on them being included on the implementation and also on the execution of this project, so that in each year we can have people who can be said to be a proper legalized millionaires? Because when you say, oh, some people are doing Yahoo because maybe there is no jobs. But if there are jobs that, especially these constituency projects that come on billions of naira on each local government, if they participate, some people will be providing sand, some people will be providing several other things. At the end of the day, those communities, development will come there, and not just the development alone, they will also make money, pay their taxes, you understand? And the growth, development will be in place.
Yeah, I agree with you. Women have to wake up. Yes, because in this coalition now, we have women leaders. And more women are coming in. You understand? So the more, the merrier. Because we're going to wake up, or we have already woken up. We are no longer silent. We need to ask questions. How is this project being executed? Who executed the project? Where is the project? Has it been done? Who did the job? At least we women enters, we participate fully. This one is not just half. We participate fully in it. So that we know, okay, this year we need agriculture. We need women to be empowered. We need seedlings. We need so many things. Then next year, okay, we need good roads, burn pipe water. Not the senators or the House of Reps giving us what they wish or what they want. Now it's us saying what we want because it's our money.
Okay, but supposing you don't even have the resources to reach to where you need to actually bring about the coming of this project. Recall that this project comes from different parastatals, MDAs, federal ministries, that where they are coming from. And you are in the local community, you may not be able to even get to that very extent. But what I understand is that through synergy...
Exactly, that is the why the whole cooperatives are coming together as a coalition.
Okay.
Yes, that's why everybody is coming out. At least the more everyone comes out, at least they will know, oh,
they can package what they need.
Yes, exactly.
Whoever is the person transmitting that to their National Assembly members or the ministries that are executing these projects could,
we know that the citizens have woken up.
Okay.
That the citizens are aware of those projects.
Yes,
now.
At least they're taking up this thing. Okay. Well, I can see that what Angel has articulated is a movement that is fueled by cooperative actions and all of that. Now, Doc, I'm coming back to you. Let's talk briefly before we enter Agrivoltaics, because I understand that is your area that you guys are pushing in right now, and you want to see how the senators and House of Rep members could attract such, because it's a new thing, to put them into the constituency project so that it could be executed at the local level. But before we dive into that, what are your thoughts about the youth of today that will always say that they are, you know, they are just Yahoo? Is it not because we have not actually carried them along as far as getting them things to do, jobs to do? Because I see very eager, willing youths in the local communities committed, one in farming, one in some of them who are doing solar panel installations. I see some of them in this DSTV installation. So many diverse youths who are participating actively and most importantly, paying their dues in taxes. Don't you think that it's about time that all of these people are aggregated together, come into maybe a cooperative, even if they doesn't have registered businesses, but come into other registered cooperatives where they could be attracted into jobs that they could do at different community levels. Call it boreholes. There are young men who can initiate those borehole projects and, you know, get it done in the local communities. In the budget, I see projects like a borehole going for millions and billions. I see street light going on billions and all that, especially at Akwa Ibom State. I think the state where Senate President comes from. But I'm not going towards that, you know, to check everybody. But what I'm just saying is that there is enough money. Don't you think that there is enough money in constituency budget allocations that can tickle around the whole communities, that can develop, has the potential, not just to develop those areas, but to at least make the people in that area, you know, have money to for them to grow, for their growth on each year. We can churn out millions of millionaires from these local communities just doing those jobs.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moderator. Let me start by appreciating the recent development in Anambra State with the coalition of cooperative societies in Anambra State, particularly Oka South local government. I appreciate some of you that initiated that move. I don't know the origin or how the coalition had to, the history. The important thing that there is a coalition of cooperative societies. But it's not just a mere coalition. We are going to look at it and the effect, the impact. How is it going to be collapsed into local communities, the rural area? I want to borrow an example into this analogy. The history of insurance in the world, the insurance scheme, premium contribution in the world emanated from a group of business men. I could call it small-scale businessmen who came together and they said, because we are navigating the seas, sometimes we get drowned, and because of that, we need to insure our property, our trade items, so that whenever we have a loss, it will affect, it will not only affect the person whose goods are trapped into, it will affect this as a collective interest. Because of that, they started a thrift system. From the thrift system, it generated into real insurance, whereby you bring in a certain amount of money to as premium. At the end of the year, you will go in for a benefit. Or if there is any casualties within the system or in the process, you come and assess fund to recoup.
Yeah.
So I would like the cooperative society, the coalition of cooperative society in Anambra State, to borrow a leaf from that idea and collapse it not just within the municipal areas. They have to go down to the community level with sensitization, the need for collective responsibility, the need for contributory activism, that you are you because I am with you. So it should be the philosophy of Ubuntu. That is African philosophy, Ujamaa, Ubuntu, and Lichipu. Do you understand? Which is talking about brotherhood, togetherness. Let's do it together. So if in a community that we have somebody who could say, these youths, please come, let us try this thing. In a group of 10, in a group of 5, in a group of 20, in different area or specialties within the artisan circle, within the apprenticeship level, that will give a better understanding of inclusivity. But when you are out there in the city enjoying the electricity, enjoying good road, and they are not, these people will say that no. We are going to resort to get it quick, get it fast. And that's probably the reason for the Yahoo syndrome. Because they can't see the social inequality is there. The stigmatization that I'm not living the way this person is living is also there. So for us to do the first thing is to move this sensitization from this municipal area in the cities down to local communities within clan kingship levels.
And okay, let me quickly just chip this in before we go into the other section. Don't you also think that you know, holding by going into this initiative of constituency, tracking the constituency project and being involved on it, don't you think that it will create some sort of transparency and accountability on the part of the leaders and government that are involved?
That is what I'm trying to say. It is only, the constituency is in the local communities. It is most effectively implemented and seen or known at the local community. If the impact of constituency project is felt in the local community, you will know that something is going on there. Do you understand? You can't come into maybe a capital city like this and start assessing constituency projects. It is quite minimal for you to assess because the state government is there. The federal government is also bringing their subventions and other capital projects, budgetary allocations. But when you talk about these villages, these communities, and that's why I'm saying, giving the youth the sense of inclusivity, so that they will participate in things that are theirs, before they can answer, okay, how do we monitor? Because if you don't give them that sense of belonging, they will not monitor anything. They will say, I don't care. But first of all, bring this campaign to the communities. Let them know that this project is their own. Let them know how they could access it. Let them know the benefits. And if they don't do, what is the effect, the impact? Before they can answer, okay, let us contribute our energy in monitoring it, in looking at it, asking questions.
Now that we have executive chairman of each local government across Nigeria being put in place, no longer caretaker committee, so they are now autonomous, given the power by the Supreme Court decision. Don't you think that the role also applies to local government chairman taking up, knowing what actually is being attracted to their local government and seeing ways of setting up committees that can now synergize and, you know, put it in the right direction?
That is what I say, that it is a synergy. It is, let's do it together. Cooperative. Let's do it together. Because the local government chairman is there, probably getting allocation from federal government on account of his or her services at the local level. But then, remember, the constituency project is given to reps or House of Assembly members.
There is
an oversight function on it. So if, for instance, there is an agricultural project or agricultural scheme in which farm implements and other agricultural inputs are given to a member, a House of Reps or House of Assembly member for execution in the community, probably fertilizer, for instance. If these fertilizers are not given to rural farmers, what happens? There will be loss of products. Probably the yield, agricultural yield, crop yield for that year will be minimal. Also, the system will not be supported with a good input, agricultural input, which means there is an expected decline in that particular area. So it has a multiplier effect on the economy of that local community. So it is the duty of the local government chairman to come and activate the implementation of this constituency project by using the community leaders, the women, market women, farmers, a coalition, and said, please, you people should join hands, not just the local government chairman as a person, but they should use his apparatus to say, please go and ask questions.
All right, let's dive into the Agrivoltaics projects in Nigeria. The pilot of the Agrivoltaic projects in Nigeria, the program coordination, and of course, so tell us about this Agrivoltaics. Because some people might have heard it, some people might have felt it, but really they don't understand what Agrivoltaics is. So in layman terms, can you tell us what it is? Because I understand you are part of the team of this initiative to Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Agrivoltaics, we don't have a layman. Everybody is knowledgeable. The only thing is that it is an advanced technology for the enhancement of agriculture. And it has 3 dimensions. The first dimension is agricultural production, crop production, including animal husbandry, livestock, and what have you. Then the other dimension is the water sustainability, irrigation and water supply, sustainable water supply to the local community. Then another aspect of it is the power, the energy supply. That is clean energy supply. We are talking about solar energy supply. So Agrivoltaics is an integration. It is an integration of agriculture and clean energy for enhancement of crop production, animal production, and eventually using it, the system or the technology, to power local communities. That is energy supply for local communities. And how this thing is being done. There is a solar power. It is a system whereby you place solar power above crops and in between crops, so that the solar power will shade the crops for the crops to absorb more water, that is soil moisture. When it gets soil moisture, the solar power will shade the crops, while the crops generates carbon dioxide that helps the silicon of the solar power. Then the excess power which is used, which is generated from the solar power, will be mopped up and distributed to local communities that is hosting the farm. While the farm power is also used to probably activate irrigation and get sustainable electricity for the farm, for the production of crops.
Right.
So that is a symbiotic relationship between water, agriculture, which also has to do with water, and clean energy.
All right, thank you.
On the same farm.
All right, thank you very much. Well, see something, say something. We have our phone number displaying out there. You can call. We have a short time. And while we wait on that, let's take a very brief break. Make we go market. We no go stay with the comeback now.
Are you planning a trip to Anambra State, Nigeria? Are you planning a trip to Anambra State, Nigeria?
Vote is coming from the dock, and I understand everything that has to do with the farm store, but activating the community, vocation and skills, I think that is where it's coming in, and putting some of these things on the project, I believe, will go a long way for those people who are attracting the project in the community, so that the new use of the new technology,
even for the farmers.
Yeah, for the farmers.
Yeah, even for the farmers, it will be a big benefit to them too, because not only giving them fertilizer, they are giving them new equipment. You understand? That will be much easier for them to cultivate for a very large land.
I think what we seem to understand with this symbiotic relationship that is going on between the coalition of cooperative. We have people who are into farming, construction, and diverse interests.
Yes.
But the important thing that they are business people in the local community who are now participating in all of this. So from this agrivoltaics that Doc is talking about, I believe that it's a new thing that the people need to, put into use,
more active, being more active,
adding more other things so that people can actually benefit on this. So, Docs, thank you so much. We understand everything that goes around agrivoltaics. Like you said, is no lemon. It's something that is already evolving, but an advanced way of technology. But again, let's look at the collaboration of the partnerships and the initiatives coming into here. How are you taking these steps? Because I understand this is a new thing and you guys want to bring it in and then introduce it so that people who are working to bringing in constituency project can put it into the constituency project and then people can now go along. So how is the collaboration and the partnerships going on right now?
Okay, thank you very much. Once again, I am happy we brought this agrivoltaics into our discussion, which is not necessarily the major discussion for us today. But I must have to assure you that agrivoltaics is a good technology that is going to change the narratives in African agriculture, not just Nigeria, because it has been making waves in agriculture in the Pacific West and some parts of Asia and the Caribbean. Agrivoltaics, the partnership we are trying to establish here in Nigeria had its origin and roots with a group of researchers, which I have to be part of them, in the United States, from the College of Agriculture, the Oregon State University in the United States. So heavily led by Dr. Chad Higgins and other investigators, including Gabriel Aya Sunday, who is also a Nigerian and based over there. We intend to bring this technology into Nigeria agriculture to establish and displace the conventional system of crop production to smart agriculture that will address the challenges of climate change and also address the problem of food insecurity, water insustainability, and energy generation, the epileptic power supply in Nigeria. So we are making progress in partnership. It is a new technology, no doubt, but we are trying to bring it, get community buy-in from the rural farmers to cooperators, like the cooperative society we have now. So, and I want some of the cooperative groups, the cooperators, to buy in and come into the technology, because there is nothing we can achieve without, first of all, sensitization. At this implementation, at this early stage. So we are collaborating with farmers, we are collaborating with people in the value chain industries, industry experts, and the researcher, because it has research dimension and community engagement dimension. Because the project is not just when you say agrivoltaics, it needs to be studied. And it needs to be taken to the community for people to know how to adapt and adopt this technology, mostly the rural farmers. So we have established partnership with the United States, university in the United States, and also Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University in Oka, in Ibariam, here in Anambra State. We also established partnership, and we intend to sell the idea, or market the idea to the policy makers, the House of Reps members. We have written a letter to them. We have also written to other members of the National Assembly, like the Senate members, the governors of the Southeast states, because we decided to introduce this thing with a conference that is taking place at the ASU Secretariat Complex here in Oka, Anambra State, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, precisely here in Anambra State on the 26th and 27th of March 2025. We will be launching Agrivoltaics with a conference, an international conference on pilot agrivoltaic project. And a place in Anambra State will be selected to demonstrate this farm, how this farm works. So we have called in invited farmers from local communities, all the local governments who have three representatives from the local governments across Anambra State. And these representatives are all rural farmers.
Good. All right. Thank you very much. That is Dr. Kingsley Ikechukwu. Is the program coordinator for Pilot Agrivoltaic Initiative in Nigeria, and also in partnership with the researchers at the College of Agriculture, Oregon, United States of America. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you, sir.
And Angel, make we tell our people waiting they tell them, make we work and they go, our time don't go.
Yes, so our active citizens all over the world, thank you so much for being with us. Like, share, subscribe. Let other active members know what is going on. Our silence is long overdue. Let's wake up. This coalition is a good one. It will favor everyone, not just one particular people or one particular constituency or local government. Is going to favor everyone. Togetherness is the watchword. Let's all come out together. Our silence is overdue. Thank you so much for being with us. We love you, but God loves you more. Bye for now.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.